begin.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to my show. Now I'm Dr. Lot from Acupuncture is My Life. Now I couldn't wait to do this episode because in my line of work, I learn something new every day. That's why I love being an acupuncturist practicing Chinese medicine. Now I've had a few interesting chat sessions on the Acupuncture is My Life app. And of course, if you don't already have it, simply go to the Google Play Store and download it to learn more about acupuncture, Chinese herbs, Eastern nutrition, as well as gain free access to telehealth for whenever you can't make it into the office. Now back to the discussion. I've had a few interesting chat sessions which led me to do some extended research on a rarely discussed symptom of the coronavirus, that symptom being nightmares. Now 3 individuals I've spoken with on the subject that had stated they'd been infected with this virus and had long since gotten over it and had been finding themselves having frequent, bizarre, vivid, horrifying dreams ever since. Now, there are psychologists who are relating these dreams to the present crisis at hand itself and does not necessarily follow reality and are highly metaphoric in nature. Now, listening to some of the dreams in which these individuals presented followed a particular pattern in Chinese medicine in which I diagnosed and treated, which was that of gallbladder and heart deficiency. Now I'll discuss how I treated one of those cases later on in the episode. Now some psychologists are suggesting that people are not having these dreams because of the pandemic, but that they are simply remembering more because of the pandemic. Although totally respecting their professional opinion, I don't think I'm hanging out on that page too long. Just saying. Now, some therapists are relating these dreams to the fact that due to the pandemic, people are going to bed later and waking up later, whereas with night progressing toward day, the brain's cerebral cortex is ramping up activity, making an individual's dreams more vivid, whereas when an individual awakens without the normal haste of having to rush into a routine such as getting ready for work or making it on time for an appointment, thus allowing them to remember their dream experience once they're awake. Now, there are recommendations to treating this problem such as getting more exercise, or if you do consume alcohol, whatever it is, substitute it with, let's say, a glass of wine a few hours before bedtime instead of consuming any type of alcohol before bedtime. Now, other recommendations were meditation, massage, or reading a book before going to bed. I say a few acupuncture treatments and you're good. You see, acupuncture is great for calming a person's shen. I even needle points on myself when I've somewhat had a stressful day after seeing patients or a night of restless sleep, so I know firsthand, although I've been told this by many of my patients. Now, I also have a colleague who's a psychotherapist, and we've worked on a few non-COVID patients who were having bizarre and vivid dreams, whereas just a few sessions with the both of us, boom, they were good. Now, check out my videos on acupuncture and psychotherapy. That's the colleague in which I speak of. Now, when it comes to Chinese medicine, excessive dreaming can be due to blood and yin deficiency, whereas frightening dreams can indicate deficiency of heart and gallbladder, especially if you're awakened from your sleep as a result. As I stated earlier, and of course I got permission from this patient to discuss her case. I had a case earlier this year of heart and gallbladder deficiency where this patient found herself waking up out of her sleep after having what she'd indicated as a scary dream of sorts, and would find herself not being able to fall back to sleep. Now, she appeared kind of like timid, and she stated it's very easy to startle her. She'd also stated she'd experienced heart palpitations, tiredness, and depression. Her tongue appeared as pale, with like a heart crack in it. And after conducting a pulse diagnosis, I come to the conclusion that her situation was constitutional in nature. Whereas, let's say if she did contract COVID-19, there could have been a possibility she would have experienced such symptoms as a consequence of a protracted illness such as the coronavirus. Now, in her case, I only had to needle 2 points, those being on the heart as well as the gallbladder channel, to tonify her heart and gallbladder as well as calm her shen. I referred her out to my colleague where after a few sessions, her sleep changed for the better. There's so much we're still learning to date about this virus. So I would say to continue learning how the various symptoms can be diagnosed by an acupuncturist, just simply subscribe to this channel as well as download the Acupuncture is My Life app. And until next time, Acupuncture is my life. What's yours?